Welcome to the first ever Bulavita Boosted virtual event. Mike Randolph here, coming to you directly from the far northeastern shores of the Bulavita Nation, right here in southern New Hampshire. Boy, do we have an amazing show set up for everybody today. Please share, please invite everyone you know and everyone you don't know, because we're going to share some information about amazing products, about an amazing opportunity, but most of all, you're going to get the real feel of our amazing people and our amazing culture here at Bulavita, which really makes all of the difference. But before we get started, just a couple housekeeping notes. Please be aware that Bulavita products are not intended to offer any medical advice, nor diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. This presentation is for informational purposes. Be sure you consult with your medical professionals before starting, stopping, or adjusting any medications. You know what? Time is tight, so we're going to get the ball rolling right away. We're going to turn things over to our president. Now, this gentleman, I have to give him a little bit of an introduction because it wasn't that many years ago. Well, he may think it was a lot of years ago, but he's been an entrepreneur for a long time. And I was recounting a story in my head this morning about his first entrepreneurial endeavor. He had a little restaurant outside of an amusement park here in New Hampshire called the Clam Box. And you know what? He's come a long way. He used to stand there. It was just enough room for him, his girlfriend, who's now his wife, Deanne, a deep fryer and a cash register. And I'll bet he didn't know then what he would be involved in today, with a story over 400 years in the making, and an opportunity to completely change the world at a time when the world needs it most. So I'm going to welcome to our first virtual event, the one, the only, our president, Mr. William J. Andrioli. Hang on a second, Bill. There we go. We got your front and center. The stage belongs to you, sir. Take it.
All right. Good morning, everyone. We are super excited that you're all here. I got the Facebook feed over here to the right, and there are hundreds of people getting on the line. So super excited. There's still time to share, press share, invite, get your teams on, get your organizations on, get your downline on, get your guests on, get your customers on, get everyone on, because you're going to want to hear about all the exciting announcements that we have today. Obviously, we would have loved to have been. You're going to see Brock Agee in just a few minutes. We'd love to be with Brock right now in North Carolina, Brock and Jerry. That's where we're supposed to be. But in the world that we live in today, we do find ourselves very fortunate to have the technology that we can still all be together and, you know, show all the different leaders that are all over this nation and all over the world. So again, excited, glad that you're here for our Bulavita virtual boosted event. It was just we have an exciting full day event for you guys today. Again, amazing announcements, amazing training. You're going to hear from the leaders, and wherever your belief level is right now with Bulavita, the expectation for sure is that your belief level is going to go through the roof during this Zoom today. It's a full day event. And again, just get everyone you know and everyone you don't know to pay attention to this. The great thing about a Zoom like this is it doesn't cost anyone any extra money to be able to find out all this amazing information and hear these announcements and be around all these successful, talented, like-minded folks like all of you. So again, the audience just keeps on growing, so we're excited about that. On May 9th, 2020, so not that long ago, May 9th, 2020, we made some defining moment announcements on May 9th. I mean, we introduced the boosted packs. We introduced our flagship product, the Muscadine Boost, which is now our top selling products, thanks to all of our ambassadors, you know, all over the world. So again, congrats on that. Defining moment announcements, and we're going to do that exact same thing today. We're going to save a couple announcements, so when we're all in North Carolina, we get a couple, but we have multiple announcements for you today that we're going to announce. Again, they're going to blow your socks off. I'm going to shut this phone off so I don't keep on getting interrupted. But again, super excited about what's happening. We introduced Muscadine to the world, the greatest antioxidant on the planet with the highest ORAC score of any superfruit on the planet, with over $20 million in clinical studies. And we made a commitment together on that Zoom on May 9th that we were going to be the company to take Muscadine to the world. the company, all of our ambassadors, our customers, this superfruit, the king of superfruits, this superfood deserves to be the next billion-dollar brand, and we made a commitment to go out there and bring Muscadine to the world. So again, really, really excited about all of this, to take a product that's made in the USA, right out of North Carolina, and just take it around the world. So again, we're excited about the commitments, and we're about to introduce some more life-changing announcements to all of you today. So great stuff. You all have heard, if you're a part of Bulavita, whether you're a customer or whether you're an ambassador, you have heard the amazing, life-changing health testimonials. And guys, we don't use the words life-changing lightly. These aren't just some people saying, I got a little bit more energy, I lost a little bit of weight. We have life-changing testimonials. And we said when we introduced Muscadine that whatever nutritional products you were on, it was going to take whatever you were doing and it was going to boost it. And with this booster pack with the trifecta of superfoods of Muscadine, turmeric, and ginger boost, we are even amazed on how quickly this became our best-selling product, and also how quickly people started sharing their testimonials with everybody. Again, if you're part of the company and you've gotten on the Zooms, you've gotten on the conference calls, you've looked on social media, there are so many testimonials in Bulavita. We are not short of testimonials. These are life-changing products, and we're just going to take it to a whole other level today. And we found out that the more that we educate folks, and the more we become educated on the Muscadine and Muscadine Boost, we understand how powerful of an impact we can make on people. And that I believe, and I've shared this with all of you, I believe after what I've learned and what you're going to hear today, I believe that every man, woman, and child needs to be on Muscadine Boost. And you're just going to feel that way even stronger after today's announcements. All right, so today we are making more game-changing product announcements. You're going to hear the research, which is amazing. We're going to introduce you to a new doctor on today's call too, which you're going to be really, really excited about when you hear his expertise. And again, these are products that I can just give. The research is amazing. The health benefits are amazing. And these are products that everyone will want. The more they hear about this from Brock Agee, from our new doctor, from your chairman of the Health Advisory Board, Mr. Blake Graham, the more you hear about the health benefits and the antioxidants and everything that we have for the research on these products, you're going to want to make sure that everyone you know, your family, your friends, everyone you don't know, gets on these products. All right, so again, today we're going to take it to a whole new level. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. I'm actually a little bit nervous. I'm on a stage. I'm on a Zoom stage. I'm amazed at how nervous I am because of the excitement. And, you know, we've been holding off. We should be doing this in North Carolina from a stage, but obviously due to COVID and everything else, here we are on this Zoom, and it doesn't make the announcements any smaller. To me, these announcements are so big, and I know that our special guest speakers feel that way too. So let's get started with our very first guest. Our very first guest, I get to spend a lot of time with this individual. He is talented. He is a do-it-first. He's a get-it-done type of an individual. He's out of North Carolina. A lot of our Bulavita ambassador, our Bulavita family has already met Mr. Brock Agee. Guys, it's my pleasure for anyone that hasn't met this individual. It's my pleasure for all of you to meet through Zoom. Muscadine expert, a friend to many, a partner to us. Brock Agee is in the vineyard in North Carolina right now. I can see the clouds above his head. It looks like it might be storming from there. But Brock, I'm going to turn this Zoom over to you.
Well, Bill, it's awesome to be with you. And my excitement level on a 1 to 10 is about 20,000 right now. Bill, thank you for the kind introduction. You are an amazing guy. You're leading an amazing company. And today we are going to take it to the next level. And guys, you're blessed to be here in the vineyard. And I'm just going to give you a quick view. Bill, you won't believe it. An eagle just flew across as you were speaking a moment ago, and it gave me cold chills. But this is what it looks like to be in the vineyard in North Carolina. I'm just going to pan through here. Is that giving you guys a good shot, Bill?
Yes, we can see it. Looks great.
You see acres and acres of Muscadine grapes. Now, let me tell you what's really cool and show you how this company is being shined upon. If you were here this week, The grapes are not actually ripe. So when you come in October, I think they're going to be perfect for you. But when you walk up to a Muscadine row, you'll start to see the bounty that the settlers saw, that the Native Americans were enjoying for many years. When you just peel back the leaves of a Muscadine vine, you see that literally in just a snapshot of what you can see in my phone, hundreds of Muscadine grapes ripening on the vine. And we're going to talk to you today about how this boosts your health. So it's awesome to be here from the vineyard today. I'm excited, just kind of walking the grounds. I'll probably keep expansive. This is coming back up on these hills here in North Carolina. So talking for me, Mike, I'm going to honor everybody's time and just jump right into this content.
Mike Randolph, it looks like Brock has.
So years ago, the Native Americans highly. Are we good to go, Bill?
Yeah, Brock, if you can maybe walk back towards where you started because you had better coverage. You're going in and out a little bit on your phone.
Okay, how about that?
Right now, we can hear you good.
Okay, awesome.
And Mike Randolph, you can start the slides, I believe.
So there was an Italian explorer that came. We'll call him GV for sake of my lack of Italian speaking. And he saw that the Native Americans highly esteemed these grapes that you now see in a cultivar in this vineyard. And what he saw is that where the Native Americans would see them naturally growing, then they would plant shrubbery around them so it would protect these grapes. And then if you continue to advance on, you'll see that Sir Walter Raleigh in 1584, and this is why we call this a story over 400 years in the making. His explorers said in all the abundance of the world, like abundance, they had never seen. And guys, I just showed you a picture of this. This is what they saw. These amazing grapes, these nutritional grapes that are full of antioxidants and what we call phytonutrients that we're going to teach you about more and more today. Then the last slide on the history lesson of the Muscadine grape, it shows that James Blunt, who was born in the town of Scuppernong, you will see these grapes referred to as Scuppernongs, but they made the first ever Muscadine juice. Now this year, and we're going to talk about this more at the end, but we are going to process nearly 1 million pounds of Muscadine grapes this year and get out all of those wonderful nutrients to put in the products Muscadine Boost and the other exciting things that you're going to hear about today. But the last point on this slide, that one of the largest vineyards was eventually created by President Thomas Jefferson. In fact, today, if you go up to Monticello, his vineyard still has Muscadine grapes that are growing at the famous Monticello Vineyard in Virginia. So as we move along here, this is kind of the original historic. And now we're going to talk about where this grape grows. Muscadines grow and thrive in the southeastern United States where the climate is hot and humid. Here we are, middle of August, and for the last 6 weeks, it's felt like 100 degrees. And this is what is so awesome about these grapes. In a little while, I'm going to zoom in and show you how they are self-protective with these wonderful phytochemicals that exist in the Muscadine grape. So you see on the map in front of you that these are growing throughout from Texas on over to the southeastern United States and on up into the northern parts of Virginia. And this is the place where this Native American grape grows. Muscadines are not a European grape. They are here. They are Native American grape. And the next piece is that they are actually the state fruit of North Carolina. So if we take a look at this next visual, there is a North Carolina flag showing that this is our state fruit in North Carolina. I've told it on many Zooms before, and I almost got out of my car and took a picture yesterday on the way home, because you'll see the Muscadine grapes growing, and they'll just say, you pick them, you pick your Muscadine here. So this is something that is very exciting in North Carolina for sure. Okay, and moving right along, now enters Jerry W. Smith. And you see Jerry in a picture much like I am. And this was back in 2005. This is on Jerry's personal vineyard where he is shown, which is across the road from where I am standing today, because we work with vineyards and growers throughout the southeastern United States to bring in their harvest and help keep a healthy, strong agriculture economy for the Muscadine grapes throughout the Southeast. But Jerry is definitely a visionary and entrepreneur. In a nutshell, what happened to Jerry was a personal experience. He was concerned about a few health issues for himself and did not want to go into a pharmaceutical route. So he went a natural route, and he started taking muscadines and tremendously helped his health. Now, being a successful entrepreneur, Bill, Jerry's take on that, when he said, when I saw what muscadines could do for me, I told my staff we could help a lot of people. And for those of you that do not know Jerry Smith, he is a visionary. He formed the Blue Water Company back in 1990. Here we are today in 2020, and water is the largest category in beverage. This man on your screen was a visionary enough to see that coming back in 1990, when the category only existed in Europe at the time, with the mineral waters like Evian and Perrier and San Pellegrino. Jerry was one of the first to capitalize on that trend. And that's what we want you to see the vision of today, that you can capitalize on this trend of Muscadine grapes for yourself and get in with Bulavita early and boost your health and boost your life and your family's life for sure. So big shout out to Jerry on the live call today. And I know he's very much looking forward to meeting you all personally when you come up, and speaking to you as well when we're able to have a live conference. All right. So in the beginning, what we wanted to do was to really understand the practices, understand what the farmers go through, understand exactly what goes on with Muscadine grapes. And I think this is a great slide to talk about the organic nature of these muscadines. As I walk through and I lift up the vines, you can see that if you sprayed this, you would just be spraying leaves. So we never have to spray. Mike, if you could just maybe switch back to the vineyard shot a moment, and I'm going to give you guys a close look at this. But if you walk up and you see these muscadines, you'll see several of those like scars on that Muscadine grape. You won't see that on a European grape like that. They have that thin, translucent skin. And so as these begin to grow, what happens is it will literally send those within it. Has antiviral properties. It also has antifungal properties, and it has many antioxidant properties that help your health. For them to attack funguses, for example, try to attack these grapes. Here's one that's really getting close to being ripe there. And you see, that's why we call it tickling the grapes, because this one is not ripe yet. I had to pull it a little bit. But as soon as they're ripe, you literally just kind of pull them right off and kind of run your fingers on them, and you will get nice ripe grapes. We wanted to understand, instead of just producing a product, we wanted to be part of the product, all the way from the soil through to the bottle that it goes in, and every step of the way. Okay, now I'll get back on track with the Muscadine timeline. Mike, you're so awesome. So when we first started working this, and look, guys, this is 14 years ago, we started to meet with Dr. Diane Hartle, and she is a real leader. If you take a look at this book, Muscadine Health, she was working at the University of Georgia at the time. This book cites nearly 700 scientific papers about muscadines and their health. So this is a must read. We don't sell this book because it does talk about disease states and things that Dr. Hartle believes that the muscadines address. So if you Google this today, pick up a copy of this for yourself. This is a must reference to have on understanding muscadines. And this is where the scientific part really started clicking for our company, is when Jerry commissioned human clinical trials. You know, in the water business, we've always been about producing what the consumers believe they are getting, which is a healthy water, 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen. Everybody knows that, but we wanted to make sure that our process gives the consumer that. So when we got involved in Muscadine grapes, and yeah, we read the books that said, yeah, this will help you, and you have over 700 research papers to go and start marketing the product on. But this is where a difference of a leader like Jerry Smith comes in, because he said, how do we know that with the way that we're growing muscadines and the way that we're processing the muscadine grapes all the way through to the bottle is still helpful for humans? So we commissioned the first human clinical trial ever on the Muscadine grape product. And as you will see, this was done with Wake Forest University. And on the next slide, it shows where it opened up the brachial artery over 4.44%. Mike, I got a little bit. There you go. Perfect. So this was the results of that study. Wake Forest University Health Science publishes favorable results on human clinical trials on the cardiovascular system. This can be found, what I'm giving you is published information in the Journal of American College of Nutrition. And then we also have studies that have been presented at the AACR. So if we'll go back to the inside, and guys, we're so excited about you coming to not only the vineyard, but the processing facility. Perfect, Mike. This is what you'll see. We established a 135,000 square foot state-of-the-art manufacturing facility. So think about that, guys. Are you sitting in a 3,500 square foot home today, a 4,500, a 2,500 square foot? This is a 135,000 square foot state-of-the-art manufacturing facility to produce muscadine juice, grape seed extract, freezer, and 600 bottle per minute high-speed hot fill juice bottling line. So it is incredibly pristine. If you take a look at the shot with a little turntable, this is the inside of the plant, and those rooms are actually medical grade fill with the how the process is done, and everything not being touched by human hands. So after the harvester comes through the vineyards, and we did get loads of grapes this week where vineyards further south do have ripe grapes right now at the time. So processing has begun. And once these grapes come in and we pull them off the trucks, our process, they are never touched by human hands. So Bill, I guess you could say we've been doing social distancing for quite a while now. Okay, Mike. All right, and now we take a look at something that is awesome about the Muscadine grape. You take a look, you see they're very large once they're ripe. Now we have juicing varieties of Muscadine grapes here. It's not so much as the edible fruit market. So we want the type that are more for juicing. And so you'll see a very large Muscadine grape variety in the hands of this picture. And what you see is that fleshy pulp the skin and the seeds. Now, where the most antioxidants are in those seeds and skins. And that's what our process allows us to extract out of the Muscadine grape and give to you as consumers for an incredible, healthy product. All right. We've covered this slide. So after a successful in vivo pilot study, now this is going into 2012, we've had a successful heart study. The reason why we went that route is everyone kind of knows that grapes, European grapes, are naturally good for heart health. But here you have a study where we started actually looking at cancers. And I'm not going to give a lot of results of this. There's over 26 published studies. But since we are selling a natural product and we're not selling a pharmaceutical, and we cannot treat, prevent, or cure disease, but what you can do as a consumer is to become empowered with the information that is fully published. And we're going to show you later on where you can get that. But I do want to say at this time in 2012, 100% of these studies were being funded by our companies. And it was just awesome to see Jerry put his money where his mouth was about looking at our products in particular, again, opposed to just spreading the news that muscadines are good for you. So here, we've got a muscadine, it must be good for you. This is the proof. This is the burden of proof, as they say, that makes our company stand out. In fact, just to talk about some differences, we are the only company, muscadine company, that exists that has published human clinical trials. There have been other studies that have been funded by various groups, but never a company like ours that is selling a product to kind of prove its efficacy to people on what's going on with our muscadine products. Okay, Mike, I'm gonna give you guys, while we're switching, just another bird's eye view of the vineyard. So if you're just joining us, I'm live in the vineyards in North Carolina, and it is a remarkable sight indeed. Mike's still showing that, so as you can see on the hills, it's rolling through. I'm kind of among the vines for sure. So quite an awesome place to be on a Saturday morning here today in late August. Okay. Bill, how am I doing on time, sir?
You've got around 5 more minutes. We got to move a little bit quicker.
All right, perfect. So here's over $20 million donated to Wake Forest the first time. And then you'll see some of the two key ladies involved with this, Dr. Patricia Gallagher and also Ann Talent. So this research was then at this time taken from privately funded by us to another individual. This product had helped his health, and he donated as an anonymous donor $20 million of what has now turned into our full clinical research portfolio. And this timeline is what we say. If you go to PubMed, here's over 26 published papers that you can find on the internet that are on our muscadine products, our muscadine MGE extract. And we're so excited that you're going to learn more about the product expansions that we're going into together with Bulavita today. And then what you see, and when you come in 2019, NPC processed over 1 million pounds of muscadine grapes from Southeastern growers and products, over 106,000 gallons of juice. So guys, we're with you. This is strong, totally ready to support your sales efforts as we push muscadine grapes around the world. So in 2020, you see now that the research has expanded much past what Wake Forest is doing. You've got incredible research being done at the University of Georgia, University of Arkansas, NC State University, Johns Hopkins, and this is becoming well known throughout the medical community. So what we want to talk about now, Bill and I, is how we're partnering together, and there's nobody better to do that, to spread the vision of how your company is working with our company than your president, Bill Andreoli.
Well, thank you so much, Brock. Great information. Wish we were all there with you at the Vineyard. I love what Brock just spoke of, because he shows the history, 400 years in the making. He went through the whole timeline, and you get to the timeline, you get to 2020, and you get right to that date that I spoke of earlier, May 9, 2020, where Todd Smith, myself, the Bulavita team, the Bulavita ambassadors, the Bulavita customers, joined forces with Brock Agee and Jerry Smith. And, we are all committed, and hopefully you can hear it when you hear Brock, and you can hear the passion that Brock has and how much of the history he has, that we're, like you can see on the slide now, that we are prepared and ready to take Muscadine to the world. And like Brock said, there's just under, what is it, $850 million, just under $1 billion worth of finished goods ready to bottle. So we are so poised and positioned for growth. So Brock, we appreciate you running out to the Vineyard. I know you're gonna, I don't know if you're in the rain, if you're gonna go somewhere dry, but as we go through these announcements, we'll be bringing Brock back on, and he's gonna speak to all of you in the next 15 minutes or so. He's gonna speak to all of you about some of these new product announcements. So thanks a lot, Brock. We appreciate you.
Awesome, Bill.
All righty, next, we'd like to introduce to all of you. That was great. I appreciate Brock running out to the Vineyard. I know there was cell phone wise out there in the Vineyard, it's a little weaker probably than the other places we've had Brock, but I think it was great for all of us that wanted to be in that Vineyard right now to be able to virtually at least be in that Vineyard at this point. So we thank him a lot for doing that. All right, next, we told you we had a new doctor. We have a new member of the Bulavita family that we want to introduce to all of you. We're super excited. We got to spend some time, listening to this person, hearing his expertise, and you're all going to be able to meet him also right now. He's the newest member of our health advisory team. He's a Muscadine expert. He's the professor of food chemistry at Texas A&M University. He also has his own Muscadine Vineyard, which I'm sure he'll speak of, and in winery in Texas. And he's got a love and a passion. You'll hear that come through. He's got a love and a passion when it comes to the Muscadine grape, and expertise like no other. So guys, it's my pleasure to introduce to the Bulavita Nation for the very first time, Dr. Stephen Talcott. Dr. Talcott, how you doing?
Hey, Bill, can you hear me?
Hey, good. I know that you were just there in the storms that just happened in Texas.
Yeah, we're down here in the aftermath of Hurricane Laura. I'm actually sitting in the dark. It's about 90 degrees in here because we have no power, but it's not going to dampen our enthusiasm for the Muscadine grape one bit. So,
well, you look great. I'm glad that everyone's okay.
I'm going to be blotting some sweat off here just a bit, but I got some windows open so we get a little natural light, and we're able to get our Muscadine harvest in this year. Down here in East Texas, we're actually fully ripe. So we have beautiful Muscadine grapes, bronze and red grapes. So it's been very exciting to get all that in before the storm.
Well, again, we're happy that you're here. We're happy to welcome you to the Bulavita family. I want to ask you a few questions so that you can introduce yourself to the Bulavita Nation. So let me make sure I'm unmuted. Okay, so Dr. Talcott, I briefly spoke about your education, your training. Could you share with everyone, could you share with the Bulavita family your professional experience and your passion for the Muscadine grape?
Absolutely. Passion started probably when I was old enough to walk. Growing up here in East Texas, Muscadines grow wild. I can literally look out the window here and see Muscadine grapes just like in North Carolina throughout the Southeast growing. So I've been a part of this my entire life. As a child, we would try to climb up the tree and pick the Muscadine grapes. So that was awesome. So as I went on to get my degrees in food science and technology, I really focused on the world of food chemistry, and really specifically fruit and vegetable chemistry. And more specifically beyond that, the health benefits that result from the chemistry of fruits and vegetables. And so I got my first academic position at the University of Florida, which of course Florida, and Texas both are big Muscadine growing states. and was able to do a lot of work when I was at the University of Florida, initially trying to characterize the chemistry of this fruit. And it is, you know, Bill, I'm very lucky, you know, in academia, we get to play with some really amazing toys. And some of our analytical equipment is just phenomenal. And I can tell you, Bill, when I first started analyzing, you know, we do these crazy extractions and purification steps, and we put these compounds into our instrumentation. My eyes just lit up. I was just amazed at the diversity of compounds that were present in this fruit. And I was telling my graduate students, I'm like, guys, we're going to need an entire lifetime to fully characterize everything that's in this fruit, all the different classes of compounds, all the nutrients. And Bill, I was actually lucky because I actually met my wife while I was at the University of Florida, who is a nutritional biochemist who helps me then go in and elucidate what these compounds actually do for our body. And so here at Texas A&M, we do a lot of work on human clinical trials as well, just like they're doing at Wake Forest University. We do this on different fruits and different compounds present in fruit. And I'm telling you guys, the Muscadine grape, bar none, is one of the most, if not the most diverse fruits as far as its chemical composition goes. It just blows your mind away to see and think about what all is present there. So that's kind of what we do right now. We study these compounds, and we study what your body does to these compounds. We study what the organisms in your intestinal tract, your microbiome, what these compounds do to the compounds that you're eating. And then we study how your body absorbs these compounds, and then what those absorbed compounds do to your body and all the downstream effects that it has that impacts health. So you know, I have one of the best jobs in the world because I get to study all the great benefits of these compounds. You know, and the Muscadine grape is just, guys, I really wish y'all, you know, hopefully you get a chance to join us in October to see inside these grapes. You know, you have this pulp inside here that's very juicy. If you've never eaten a fresh muscadine, guys, I've been eating fresh muscadines for over 40 years. When I taste it, it never grows old. I was just commenting to my family the other day during harvest. I'm like, when you reach out and grab a handful and eat them, you never get tired of that flavor. It is just the most difficult to describe, very fruity, I call it a tutti frutti flavor, but it is the most flavorful fruit you'll ever put in your mouth. So again, I'm very lucky that I get to study and look at these compounds and their health benefits, Bill.
Oh, I love it. It's amazing. Like you said, you met your wife. I can imagine what the conversations are at the dinner table. I'm sure the majority of that conversation would be way, way over my head.
Oh, no, keep it simple, you know.
But can you show, you showed the one muscadine. Can you hold up that right bunch that you had again?
Yeah, so this is a cluster of a very large, you know, black muscadine grape. I think this is a Triumph, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really good at naming all the varieties. I'm not a horticulturalist, but you can see they generally come in red varieties and what we call the bronze variety, which is normally what you call a white grape. But when you process this into a wine, you'll notice that the color is a little bit more yellowish and brownish into a bronze colored wine. So typically we call these a bronze grape. As far as the chemistry goes, the red grapes have far higher concentrations of the antioxidants, all the different polyphenolics found in them. But when you get down to the seeds inside the grapes, the seeds are actually fairly similar. So when you're doing seed extracts from white or bronze or red grapes, it's actually difficult to actually tell the difference between them. But all the nutrients, and then one of the things that you'll notice right away with one of these grapes is just how thick, and it's difficult to really see how thick the skin is. You know, if you pick up a table grape, the skin is super, super thin. What's wonderful about muscadine grapes is this really thick skin, and it's actually kind of difficult to chew. But when we process this, when Jerry Smith's out processing this in his manufacturing facility, which, guys, is just a beautiful facility. I've been in hundreds of food plants in my career. Jerry Smith's plant out there in North Carolina will just blow you away. You know, I often tease, if you want to bury me somewhere when I die, bury me inside Jerry's plant, because I'll be in my own little food science heaven. But when we process these grapes, and one of the great things about the way Jerry processes his fruit, you know, I'm a food scientist, you know, a food chemist, is that the way they process them, they leave the majority of the compounds in these skins. And these are the skins that get dried and then later extracted and processed into the Bulavita products. These are the compounds that will boost your health. This is the compounds you want to get. So one of the things I usually tease people about is that muscadine is probably one of the only fruits in the world that the byproduct, meaning not the juice, not the wine, is probably the most valuable aspect of the product. That you can actually process these grapes, almost throw away the juice just to get to the skins and the compounds inside these skins. So that is amazing.
You went right where I was going to go, so I'll let you expound on it a little bit. My next question for you was, you just saw Brock at the vineyards. You've been to the vineyards in North Carolina. You've been to the plant. So I wanted you to comment, how impressed were you with the facilities, and also how impressed were you and how poised are we at Bulavita by what you saw for growth based off of what you saw in those facilities?
Bill, I've worked with byproducts, what we call byproducts. This would be anything left over after a wine or a juice product. I've done a lot of work with byproducts in my career. Working with fruits and vegetables, it's important that we try to go in and take all the press cakes. We do this with, blueberries, raspberries, cranberries, all these different fruits, grapes, especially from, say, Concord or Niagara, the ones that you use for, grape juice. And how Jerry is doing his product and process out there is just a step above. I was so impressed. I was fortunate to be able to go out there with my wife as well. She's a nutritional biochemist, and she was sitting there going, I've never seen this either. I've never seen such an attention to the detail and quality going into what the rest of the world would see as a waste product. This would be the skins and the seeds. And Jerry had the vision to understand. And honestly, he used a lot of our research to do this. He was reading and he was understanding that the skins of these grapes and the seeds of these grapes had traditionally been thrown away. They'd been composted, they'd been fed to animals, they were spread back on the vineyards as fertilizer. And he said, you know what? We're throwing away the best part of the grape. So Jerry's facility, again, it's just a cut above. I mean, you could take, your evening meal and sit down anywhere on the floor of that plant and eat it. It would probably be cleaner than the plate you're using in your own kitchen. So just an immaculately clean, state-of-the-art equipment. There's nothing we can't do with the muscadine product inside that facility. So I'm excited, Bill, about not only the products that you already have, the products that you're launching, but to be able to take the science and the R&D that we already know how to do and the things that we're going to be developing in the future and launching long-term, many years down the road, new products, new technologies, new ways of making these compounds more bioavailable, more accessible by your body to actually enhance even just the natural health benefits that these compounds already give us. And that's one of the beauties about, working with a strong scientific team, working with the folks like Brock and Jerry out there in North Carolina, is that when we put our collective minds together, it's the world's our oyster. It's amazing. My mind's just swimming with all the ideas of new products that we can potentially launch down the road. That's going to make, your life better. It's going to boost your energy. It's going to boost your stamina. It's going to increase your mental acuity. It's going to make your gastrointestinal and digestive tract much more healthy. It's going to increase blood flow in your body. It's going to give you more energy. And there's a lot of downstream processes, Bill, that happen from that. When you can increase blood flow, you think more clearly, you have more energy, you just feel better about yourself. So that's one of the great benefits of these compounds.
I love it. You're feeding the Bulavita Nation with some amazing golden nuggets. You can hear your passion. You can hear the love. And I got that the first time, and that's where I want to go next. I got that the first time we had a conversation. I was excited about the passion, the love you have for muscadines. I was excited that you had already spent time with Brock and Jerry, and you loved them, and you loved the facilities and the vineyards, et cetera, and that was all great. Then on top of it, I learned that you had been with you're not a stranger to network marketing. You had been with a network marketing company. And I'm going to have you speak on that, because not just a network marketing company with a superfruit and you guys had explosive growth. So you hear us talking about taking Muscadine to the world. So I'd love if you'd share with the Bulavita family. I mean, we know Brock and Jerry got $850 million worth of finished goods ready to bottle. We're poised, we're positioned, we're ready for this growth. But you've experienced it in a network marketing company with a superfruit, and we know where those superfruits are, and we know where the Muscadine grape is. So can you speak to that on, where, how unlimited is this opportunity?
Well, Bill, I was lucky. In my career, I've done a lot of work with fruits that nobody else really touched. And this really started with a lot of tropical fruit. And really, Muscadine, a lot of people weren't doing a lot of research with Muscadine back when I started. And this was, late 90s, early 2000. And I had the opportunity to work with the fruit called acai fruit. So many of you are probably familiar with acai. And I was, fortunate, had a really good team of scientists with me. We published the first English language paper on acai. And so it just started that whole revolution. Nobody had ever heard of acai before. Now it's a fairly common household name. I actually make wine out of acai along with my muscadines. But from that just tiny bit of information, that tiny bit of new data, Monavie was able to work with the scientists on our team. It wasn't just me. And we were able to, of course, take Monavie from like a $250 million company over a 5-year period up to almost $1 billion in sales. I think we're around $950 million. And we did this on very limited science because there was so little published out there on acai at that time. But the science that we had was strong science, and we were working with new products, new innovations, new technologies that allowed me to go in and create new ingredients for them and put them in their products. And when you compare the science we had with acai, which was tiny, to the mountain of data we have on muscadine, which is already there. We don't really have to go do this research again. It's already there. What we need to do, as the scientists on this team, is help your team members understand what the science is, help them to understand what it is, and be able to very simply communicate that message. And that's what the message of Monavie was and acai was. How do we tell people about this fruit they'd never heard of before? Now, if I look outside my window here, I see my vineyard, out the window, almost every car passing by the road knows muscadine. We got big signs out front. They understand what the muscadine is because, like me, they grew up with this grape. But when we're going out to California, we're going to the Pacific Northwest, we're going up north into Michigan, Ohio, we're going out to the Southwest, most people you're going to encounter have never heard of this grape before. And so the potential for what is out there, the explosive growth and getting your networks together, it blows my mind to think that we can take this little palmberry from South America and blow it up into almost $1 billion a year in comparison to something that we grow right here in the United States that's very abundant, that, it's just a matter of us getting the message out for. So I'm excited to help you guys do that. It's an easy message. Acai was the difficult message. It grows on this palm tree in the Amazon River. Look how exotic it is. This one grows outside my window. Okay. But the great thing about it is we're processing it in a way that is so unique. It's never been done this way before because most people are used to drinking this as a wine or potentially as a juice. So the value added potential in this grape and how we're doing it and making these compounds more bioavailable, more accessible to your body so your body can utilize them. It's limitless, Bill. I'm like Brock. I've kind of got the chills. Like you're a little nervous just thinking about the potential that's out there because it's real. I mean, this is a very real thing. We don't have to go to far off lands to do this. This is a made in America product. So very exciting.
I love it. I love it. I love everything. I mean, I know you're excited. I know Brock's excited. I know I'm super excited. For all my Bulavita family that's all on this Zoom right now, throw some grapes on there in your comments there if you're excited about what Dr. Talcott just what he just described, the little bit of education that he got to give you in 20 minutes. He's going to be on conference calls. He'll be at our major events. He's going to work with the health advisory team, like he said. And we love that he's so excited and passionate about this. And again, I love that not only is he a doctor and he's an expert when it comes to our flagship product and our Muscadines. That's fantastic. But also he has the experience in network marketing and has been part of that explosive growth that we're all going to be through. So it's not a question to Dr. Talkett whether this can happen or not. He knows it can happen. And like you just said,
will happen.
he was described. Go ahead.
You bet.
Yeah,
So,
he's been through it and with something that he thought was more complicated with less science, correct?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so we're excited. We're excited to have you on the next Zoom and the next stage and everything else. We can't wait for everyone to be able to meet you in October at the North Carolina Vineyard and the facilities and everything else. And Brock said it to me a long time ago, and I feel even stronger after listening to you speak today. The more people are educated about the Muscadine, they're almost afraid not to take the products. And
Absolutely. And Bill, what I'm excited to do also is to take some of the science that we have that's already out there and try to break this down into very simple bite-sized pieces. So it's an easy message to tell your friends about, okay? And I'll give you one simple example. When you're taking a product like Muscadine, and when I look at the chemistry of these compounds, and I study a lot of compounds called tannins, and Muscadine Grape has all classes of tannins. It's got galotannins, it's got elagitannins, it's got condensed tannins. One of the great things about that, and like just an example of science, is that when you start consuming products with these tannins, you need to continue consuming these products with these tannins. I would love to get in. We can do this in the future studies about how these compounds modify your gut bacteria and how when you start the product, you get better and better and better at absorbing these compounds. So you kind of start slow and you just get better and better and you get more energy. You have more blood flow, you have lower inflammation. Your cognitive impairment starts to improve over time because you've got more blood flow to your brain. You've got these antioxidants that are being absorbed into your body. And so that's a powerful message to go, it's not like taking vitamin C, where I take vitamin C in 24 hours, it's gone, I need to take another one. With these products, the more you take, the longer you take them, the better and better and better you get. And we've got data, real data that shows this effect. So there's just one example of future science, simple messages that you can tell your friends and you can tell your downstream about so they understand this, and it allows you to better explain the message of the Muscadine.
I love it. I love it so much, so many golden nuggets there. And to hear, the more you're taking these products, the more and more health benefits that come out. And
absolutely,
I'd love for you to expand on that on future calls. Great information. Again, we are so excited, and I'm speaking for the whole Bulavita Nation, the whole Bulavita family. We are so excited that you're part of the Bulavita family, and we're looking forward to the next time and the next time and the next time that we get to hear and let you educate all of us to all the health benefits of the Muscadine. So thank you so much, Dr. Talkett.
Thank you, and you guys pray for electricity. We could use some AC around here.
All right, and feel free to hang around. We're about to go into the product announcement, so if you have something you want to...
Absolutely, no, I'm here.
Okay, sounds great. All righty. Thank you so much, Dr. Talkett. Again, Bulavita family, I hope you're as excited as we are. I hope you understand the positioning and the power you have in your hands right now. It is time for our new product announcement. So I hope that you've already pressed share. I hope that you've got your family on here. I hope that you got your friends. I say it all the time. In no other company did I ever say, hey, tell your family. You got to tell your family. You got to tell your family. Here I say, you better tell your family. Because if we're going to take Muscadine to the world, your family's not going to be too happy with you when you were in during the pre-launch of Bulavita. You were on Zooms like this. It didn't cost you a penny to tell your mother, your father, your sister, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles. Wouldn't cost you a penny to get them on here. And you didn't step out of your comfort zone to make sure they got on here with you. Guys, there'll be a replay, but guys, share, and make sure that everyone that you can get on can hear all this information. So to help me go over these amazing life-changing announcements, I'm going to bring on another amazing mentor, another amazing friend to all of us here at Bulavita. I'm going to bring on our co-founder, Mr. Todd Smith. Todd Smith, I know after hearing Dr. Talkett, I know after hearing Brock AG and seeing the vineyards, I know you're excited. And I also know that obviously, the product announcements we're about to make. Share with the Bulavita family real quickly before we go into these product announcements. How do you feel after hearing Brock and Dr. Talkett?
Well, I feel fantastic, but for a couple of reasons, Bill. Can you hear me all right?
Perfectly.
Okay. For one, I'm a little upset I'm not at the vineyard right now. That looked awesome. And then Dr. Talcott holding up that big bunch of grapes. I just wanted to grab them and take a bite out of them. But excellent information. Love the history of it. Love what Brock shared. Love the fact that he's willing to go out in the rain and be in the vineyard for us. And also Dr. Talcott with fighting the electricity and the AC. This shows the dedication of our partners and our team and the people who are behind everything that we're doing. And so I hope that all of the Bulavita Nation feels that assurance that comes from true dedication of people who love what we are doing, love the message, love sharing it with people. And Bill, I do have to say, I feel pretty good also that I'm dressed in the same color that Brock and were dressed in. Even the paint behind Dr. Talcott was a grape colored, right? So I feel pretty good that I chose the right colored shirt today too.
Good. That's good. A lot of things to be excited about this morning, Todd. All right, so we're going to go into the product announcements right now. So I hope you guys are all ready. And Todd will bring up the slides. I'll say them, and then we're going to reach out. Todd's going to go over that product a little bit. I know that Brock's got some information he's going to share. And again, if Dr. Talcott has anything he want to add, that's fine too. But we're super excited about these new product announcements. It's just going to take everything to a whole new level. So our very first product that we're going to introduce to all of you, Mike Randolph has got the slides. Our new product is called MGE. MGE. And MGE stands for Muscadine Grape Extract. You can see it right there. I can't even express to you how excited I am about this announcement. The people that have already, including myself and so many others that have already been on this powerful, powerful product. And I can speak, I know Jerry Smith isn't on here. You'll all meet Jerry in North Carolina, because I can't even express to you how important of a product this is to Jerry, and how much in love, how much passion he has for this Muscadine grape extract. Todd Smith, why don't you share to the Bulavita family how big of an announcement is this MGE product?
Excellent. So one of the things that is so important is, as you read any of these clinical studies and you share them with people, you're going to see Muscadine grape extract, or even MGE mentioned in these clinical studies. And people are going to say, well, what's that? And you're going to say, well, it's the Muscadine grape, and we've got our capsules and all of that. But in those studies, they're actually using an extract from those capsules. And so just like when we talked with Brock about the Boost capsules, we were talking about it being wheelbarrows full of muscadines in a couple capsules. When we talk about the extract, we're now talking about basically truckloads of muscadines. And I mean, it is a very, very complex product. They're going through multiple stages of production in order to produce it. It's not the glass of muscadine wine or muscadine grape juice that Dr. Talcott was talking about. This is an extract and a concentrate that you're going to use to add to something. It's not for the average person. Almost everybody in the world, well, everyone in the world should and will be able to take these. This is more for an extra boost, if you will, to the capsules. It's something you would probably add to something. My kids, if they feel they're coming down with something, they will start adding the MGE to what they're doing. Some of you who know our dear Patty, this was something she was doing in her protocol when she was facing an illness some time ago. So as it says on the screen, packed with naturally occurring antioxidants, resveratrol, lactic acid, OPCs, et cetera, helps improve skin elasticity and collagen, promotes reduced oxidative stress, revitalized energy levels, boost your cardio system, on down the line. Everything that the muscadine, the polyphenols, and everything we've been talking about with the boost, everything that does, this just does even that more powerfully. And what's amazing is what they've done in their production of this product with regards to the process, a very highly proprietary, protected method for processing these grapes and skins and seeds, and extracting the polyphenols directly into this extract. So very excited about this. It is a potent product. I'll tell you, if you don't put it in something, you're gonna be looking for a chaser of some sort. But one of the things that I'm excited about, and I won't talk about what I'm putting this in yet, that'll be down the road, but you can put a little bit of extract in with the drink, and it actually enhances and adds to the taste. So this is an easy way for you to take that extract, and there is nothing as power packed as what you can get. Back to you, Bill.
All right, thank you so much, Todd. Again, an amazing product. I can see Brock. It looks like he's pulled over on the side of the road so that he can speak to you. Brock, I know that you're no stranger to this Muscadine grape extract MGE product that we now have here at Bulavita and will be available to everyone. Can you speak to the power of the MGE, the Muscadine grape extract? Add anything, you can hear Todd's excitement. Add anything that you know from the history with this product for the Bulavita family. We can't hear Brock.
Okay, Bill, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Good.
Okay, awesome. Bill, I just want to say I was amazed by Dr. Talcott. I mean, it is so awesome to connect with him when he first came up, him and his wife. They're real deal. I mean, the research that they have done on muscadines is so exciting. And it's like he said, all we have to do is spread the message. This is super exciting for Bulavita to hear that he's going to be breaking this down into very simple messages, being part of our team now. So super excited about that. Let's talk about how concentrated this is and what does the extract mean? Because we feel like, Bill, that extract and that whole word is a little bit adulterated in this industry, where lots of times people will literally just take the seed out of the muscadine and call that an extract. What we feel like an extract truly is where you take the compound from the seeds themselves. So I'm going to break it down a little bit further for you. If you can imagine that muscadine seed in front of you, those compounds or phytochemicals exist on the outside of that seed. So what we do is through our proprietary process, and this has been years in the making and perfecting, we actually remove those compounds. So you get pure muscadine compounds, like Dr. Talcott alluded to, all of the tannins, all of the compounds like ellagic acid, compounds like resveratrol, literally hundreds of major classes that he said would take a lifetime to research and find out what all they are and what all they do in the human body. So what you have, like Todd said, is a very bitter, if you can imagine when you chew into the seeds only of any type of fruit, you get that bitterness. And that's what you experience when you're taking the muscadine extract. So I know this is a lot of numbers, but you're talking about a concentration of 15 to 25,000 milligrams per liter of these compounds like quercetin, ellagic acid, anthocyanidins, vitamin C, caffeic acid. I mean, the list goes on and on, Bill. So what we suggest with the extract, this is a product that I take 1 ounce a day, literally after seeing the research for the year, throughout the history of it. We have our family on a 1 ounce regimen of this a day, as well as their capsules, just because we believe in it that much. And this is the ultimate boost product, your MGE Muscadine grape skin extract. So the way you'll take it daily is it comes in a 12 ounce or 32 ounce size, and you will literally just take a half an ounce to 1 ounce a day if you're just looking for a natural boost of muscadine compounds in your daily life. And so that's the way you take it every day. Bill, I'm happy to answer any more questions about this. One common question is, how is this different from the daily capsules? Well, if you're looking at your daily capsules, that's like your unleaded gasoline. This would be the super ultimate premium. I mean, there wouldn't even be a handle on the pump as close when you're comparing gasoline. But you have all those those compounds that are in your product, but now this is extracted out where it's in its purest form. We've kind of left the fiber of the seeds behind, and you just have those compounds going directly into your body. And typically it would take, so if you're comparing, this is kind of how potent this is. Lots of people say, well, how many capsules would I have to take to equal a 1 ounce of this extract product, the concentrate? And you're typically looking at about 25 on average capsules. So imagine nobody's going to swallow 25 capsules a day, maybe unless you're Jerry Smith. But but this is something that you are taking. You can get a super concentrated dose of MGE.
Love it. Great information, Brock. Love the information. I take like Todd was just showing himself drinking it. I'll throw like an ounce of it with my Sport and Go. I've done it with my keto fuel. It's not something that most people, like you said, unless you're a Jerry Smith type, are going to take a shot of all by itself. But this isn't a replacement. Your family, like you said, Brock, you take the Muscadine Boost capsules, and you also do take the MGE, correct?
Absolutely.
So yeah, so guys, this is just, again, one of those products that the same thing, when I went to North Carolina and I got to meet the Wake Forest doctors and I saw the research when it came to the Muscadine, this has been a product that my family is now taking, and also people that, friends and family that I know, especially some that had some health concerns, we've definitely gotten them on this MGE product too. So again, great. We're excited about this product. You're all going to be excited about this product. I'm not sure if it's available in the store yet, but it's going to be available right as we announce some show specials a little bit further down here, because we get some more announcements. So Brock, stay right there, because I know that you're super excited about the next one too. We're all super excited about our next product announcement. All of these product announcements are powerful, blow your socks off. If you're into nutrition like Todd Smith, if you're into nutrition like Blake Graham, if you're looking for the absolute best, to know that you have the best products, these are some of the greatest announcements from May 9th to today. I mean, I can't tell you, these are some of the greatest announcements. So our next announcement we're going to make, the next product announcement we have is the powerful Mfinity oil. The powerful Mfinity oil. It's an Mfinity muscadine seed oil. Todd Smith, I know that you're super excited. Brock AG, I know that you're going to touch on some of the research and some of the things that you've read and heard about this, and how we at Bulavita, because of what you got going on in North Carolina, there aren't many people that are going to be able to have what we have here, if anybody. I want you to speak on that. But Todd, we're excited about this Mfinity oil. I want you to share with the Bulavita family, why did we choose the name Mfinity? What was the reasoning behind that? And tell them the different uses when it comes to both the skin and also consuming this Mfinity oil. Todd Smith, the Zoom is yours.
Excellent, thank you. Yes, we're extremely excited about this Mfinity oil. And it has so many different applications, so many different uses, so many different benefits. And as we were trying to decide how to introduce the product, should it be introduced as a topical? Should it be introduced as something that's used internally and consumed? Do we want to choose one of the benefits of it and market it that way? We found ourselves saying, this thing has an infinity of uses. I mean, there's just unlimited benefits and unlimited uses in so many ways. We don't want to pigeonhole it in one and then not be able to mention and market it and use it for the other. And that led us to taking Muscadine and Infinity and combining it into Mfinity. And the name describes exactly what this product does, because it's just in a little dropper, and you can put it you know, on your hand and rub it in. You can rub it onto your face, rub it into your hair. Blake is going to share some of the recent studies that he's found. Brock is going to talk about some of the benefits of these tocotrienols. And it's also amazing for consumption. And so I'm just demonstrating this to show you, has a rich, robust taste. It's really amazing. It penetrates the skin very, very quickly. It will help with anti-aging. It will help with support of your immune system. It carries all the polyphenols and the antioxidants. It helps fight free radical damage, reduce premature aging, as I mentioned, supports ketosis. Now, this is something that's very, very good for our group, right? Many of you are familiar with perhaps MCT oil. Well, what if you had an oil that was not only very, very can help the body to burn fat, but what if it had the ability to prevent the body from storing fat? And there'll be more information short on that as well. Promotes fat reduction, healthy weight management, improved brain function, joint health, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Again, just like we've said so many times, when you give the body these powerful tools that support the body at the cellular level, well, then it supports all cells in the body. You can use it topically, internally, all of these things, because we're all made up of these cells. And if you're supporting healthy cell membranes, if you're supporting healthy cell function, healthy cardiovascular flow, healthy immune support, you support all of these different aspects of the body, guess what? It helps everything. And so we're very excited about this. And I'm not sure who you're going to next, Bill, but we've got some great science and testimonials behind this one as well.
Yes, we're gonna go to Brock next, and we're also gonna go to Mr. Blake Graham right after that. But again, Brock, when you shared with this information with me a while back, you lit up. And you lit up talking about the tocotrienols. You lit up. Todd's already mentioned it. You know, as a fat blocker, you can take this product, and at the same time, you know, you can use this for your skin. You know, I've spoken to Vanessa Hunter. I've spoken to Renee Brown. Some of the people that we let test this product, and they cannot believe how great their skin is looking. I've been taking it also. I'm not going to speak about my skin. You saw Todd just rub it on. I think he put it in his hair. I think he thinks something's going to happen if he puts it on the top of his head. But that'll make the product even more powerful. But Brock, speak on, because when we spoke about this, you were like, this product alone could be $1 billion brand. Can you expand on that?
Bill, I tell you, we are more excited about the oil than anything recently because it's like a new discovery to us. So you kind of heard the old saying, you cannot get blood out of a turnip, or maybe that's just a Southern expression. But when Dr. Talcott was talking about how Jerry was looking at the grape and using the byproduct, and we could actually call it waste, because the farmers throughout the Southeast were pressing the grapes, using the juice for wine, and then they were actually throwing away the seeds and the skins. So after we process the skins, there's one kind of unlocked gold, if you will, that you can mine out of the Muscadine grape, and it's in the oils that come from the seeds. Now imagine having to press a Muscadine seed to squeeze just tiny little drops of oil out of it. I mean, do that today. Go get a regular grape and put it on your counter and try to get oil out of grape seeds. Let's all think about that visual. So again, through our research, we found out about the fact from this study in Florida, and I'm reading medical data daily, foods for weight loss, Muscadine grape seed oil may slow the formation of new fat. And our team, we lit up like, what? I mean, this is like utopia. You can take an oil and it helps you prevent fat. So this is what the study goes on to say. It says, according to a University of Florida study, Muscadine grapeseed oil could have fat-fighting properties and therefore be another option to fight obesity. A specific type of grape with thick skin and large seeds, Muscadine grapes, are found mostly in the South. So let's talk about tocotrienols. First of all, if you listen to people with diets and doctors, etc., they talk a lot about the obesity because we store these toxins in our fat. And when you look at tocotrienols in this oil that does go perfectly with your keto diet, this is fat soluble. So imagine, Bill, today you can take something and it's actually putting these antioxidants, this major compound tocotrienol, into your fat to help break up those toxins and help to start to move and make your diet that much more powerful. So tocotrienols, here's a great resource that we need to get to everyone in Bulavita. It's a compilation of over 800 studies on tocotrienols. Here's the key things that these studies say are facts on tocotrienols. First of all, what are they? Tocotrienols are part of the vitamin E family. They have similar structure to tocopherols, and the vitamin E family comprises of 8 compounds. So they are good for neuroprotection. Number one, if you're taking notes, since early 2000, research funded by the NIH has shown that tocotrienols work through multiple mechanisms to protect brain cells. Ohio State University goes on to show that in extremely low concentration, that it prevented toxicity that leads to brain cell death. I mean, just that alone, Bill, you want to take this. Neuroprotection is huge. 2, I won't go into much detail on others. Cholesterol maintenance. The other one that is big is non-alcohol fatty liver disease, which is on the rise here in America. This oil will help you with that. So how do we get it? So we take the seeds and we will literally run them through state-of-the-art cold press oil machines where we are having to just use a ton of these seeds. I mean, this price on this product is so amazing for how much of the raw product that we're using, Bill. And I can't wait till you guys can see this in operation, see some videos of it to, again, press those seeds and get out the oils. And I'll say this about how rare they are in nature. They are rare in nature, the article goes on to say, and found mostly in palm oil and palm oil extracts. So this is something that researchers of Florida went on to say that this is great, but the problem was that not much of it exists. So I'm going to give you one more use, and then I'm going to turn it back over to you. Take and just drizzle a little bit on top of your salad too as well, and that will help you to get these oils into your body. You're going to want to take about a full dropper a day. So if you look at this incredible branding on your screen, this is like a dropper that you'll unscrew, and then you can put that onto your salad, take it direct, and get those fat-soluble antioxidants into your body.
Love it, Brock. So much great information. And I remember when you read that, you read some of the study to me, and they were basically in the study calling this a miracle product for people, you know, that were looking to have that fat blocker. And I know our Bulavita folks are super excited about this. I know everyone, whether they're on Bulavita or not, you know, everyone would love to add a fat blocker. The comments, I wish you could be watching the comments. I think Michelle would have just said she has that fatty liver. This is going to help so many people. And the great thing, when they called it a miracle, they said the only problem was, you know, because you got, like you said, you're pressing a seed and getting that little bit of oil from pressing the seed. You can imagine, just to come up with these couple ounces in our bottle, you can imagine how many seeds you got to press to get that amount of oil. And they said, you know, the only problem with this miracle is that it wasn't really commercially available. Well, they didn't know about us. They didn't know about Brock and Jerry. They didn't know about the $850 million worth of finished goods that we have. Guys, we have plenty of the Infinity oil, and we're super excited about this because, like Brock said, when you can take something like Todd did and put it on your face and have amazing results, watch the wrinkles just go away, and then on top of it, you can also consume it and use it as a fat blocker and all the other health benefits that Brock just touched on. This is something that we'll go over and over again. But what we want to do right now is we have the chairman of our health advisory team, Mr. Blake Graham, on here. He's been on this product. He's been taking this product. He gets passionate about a lot of things, but we've seen a different level of passion when it comes to the Infinity Muscadine Seed Oil. So Blake Graham, I'd love for you to share with the Bulavita family your experience with this product and why you're so excited to be introducing Infinity Oil to the whole Bulavita family.
All right. Well, I have a little bit of a PowerPoint because I do want to share some of this research with you. I've been excited about this. And again, this was looking at this research back when we were looking at bringing on the Muscadine. I got real excited about this product because, you know, obviously many people who have known me for years, I have always struggled with weight loss, and even with keto, you know, I lost some weight, but I never felt like I never reached that level of the keto champions. It's a whole different story for me now. And I just want to share with you real quickly just some of the things that Brock was talking about. I put together a few slides for this. And when you look at the antioxidants that we've already talked about in the Muscadine, and we said there's over 30 of them, there's actually even more than that. And one of those that known with all of these health benefits really is this tocotrienols. And when you say, what are tocotrienols? Well, tocotrienols, if you go to the medical research, there's actually over 1,700 articles as of today listed in medical and scientific journals on PubMed. They're part of the vitamin E family. Now, the vitamin E family, when you think of a family, a lot of times we have nutrients in Mother Nature, the good Lord has put together, that work together and are actually designed to work together and get even more synergistic benefits. They mentioned 8 of them. There's an alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta on both the saturated and unsaturated. Saturated are called vitamin E, tocopherols. The unsaturated are the tocotrienols. So they're very similar to vitamin E, but they're different. And the tocopherols or the vitamin E are much more abundant in our food supply, where tocotrienols, they hold some essential functions that most of our bodies have been missing out on. But normally hard to get in our diet. They talk about this from so many food sources where you get just small trace amounts is all you can get. We have something that's rich in it. And we're going to talk about the study that Brock referenced here in just a minute. So hold on to your seats for that one. But just to mention those benefits that Brock had mentioned, when you look at the research on it, you're talking about antioxidants or anti-aging. And even I remember meeting with Jerry Smith, he talked about that he had a skin aberration, right? It was beyond a blemish. And he started using the oil directly on his skin, and it went away. And he was so amazed by that. But the nerve and brain support, and the heart support, and the skin and hair support, the liver support, bone health, immune support, blood sugar support. And some of these studies are so good. I understand why Todd is rubbing it on his hair, and I'll share that with you. But let's just talk about the number of people right now, today, that are dealing with problems with their blood sugar. And in blood sugar, when you think of blood sugar, there's something called glucose homeostasis. And one of the things you see with the tocotrienols is they help to keep normal levels of glucose in your blood. And this is actually a quote from the role of tocotrienols in protecting against metabolic diseases, one of those articles. And it says this: tocotrienols is a functional food component with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant and cell signaling effects, may be a potent agent to complement the current management of obesity and diabetes. In diabetic models, tocotrienol was shown to improve glucose homeostasis. So it helps you stay more balanced, right? And tocotrienols also prevented multiple complications due to obesity and diabetes in animal models through suppression of inflammation and oxidative stress. And you can see this right there on PubMed.gov. You even see the number of the article there, 308-45769. There's incredible science behind this. But one of it that I was actually very impressed with was hair loss reversal. And not just that it slows down the loss of hair loss. So they actually showed in an 8-month study that people using 100 milligrams of tocotrienols actually showed an increase of 34.5% number of hair follicles coming back in, right? Now that's more than 1 bottle a month. That's a lot. That's more than that. But this is one I think we could start to see in shampoos. We could start to see in skin cream. And it's actually increasing the number of hair follicles. So are there people interested in that? Well, we have one that's on camera with us right now that definitely is showing some interest in it. And there are others, and it's not just men, it's women too. But I have never seen research on anything with hair loss where in a double-blind study that at the end of it, you show more than a 1/3 increase in the number of hair follicles. That's just absolutely impressive. And that's why I think people get so excited about it. But the one that first got my attention is one that Brock mentioned. And I just have to bring this out. This is from the University of Florida, but it was published in the Journal of Food and Function in July of 2015. And again, you see the PubMed article number there, 260-73057. But it says this, and here is the quote on it. Muscadine grapeseed oil as a novel source, novel meaning very unique, right? A novel source of tocotrienols to reduce, and here's a word that we're going to explain, adaptogenesis. That's the generation of fat cells, and adaptocyte inflammation, or the inflammation of fat cells. Because when we get an inflammation in our bodies, we've already talked about inflammation with Bulavita, right? And we've got some great things that help with that. That's one of the reasons people get so excited about our muscadine grape and all of our other products, because it helps with inflammation. But this is a novel concept, and so let's look at what this research actually said. And this is from when they did, they actually put it out on University of Florida on the Newswire, and this is the actual press release on it. Muscadized grapeseed oils give scientists another clue to reducing obesity. A University of Florida study shows the oil may help mitigate or reduce the formation of new fat cells because it produces tocotrienols, an unsaturated form of vitamin E, said Marty Marshall, a University of Florida professor of food science and human nutrition. Consuming foods made with muscadine grapeseed oil could curtail weight gain by reducing obesity. So here's, if you want to look at the graphic, we have in our body something called stem cells, and stem cells can go into almost anything. But if you're taking this, and for me, it's not 1 square a day. I think I've had 5 already today. But if you're taking this before you eat, what happens is your body actually makes sure you take that energy and don't produce fat from it. That's what the study is talking about. They call it a fat blocker on someone, but it's not like it blocks the absorption of fat. It actually blocks the creation or redirects the creation of stem cells. Don't make more fat cells. Let's use those stem cells to make something else, and that could contribute to the anti-inflammation. That could contribute. They even talk about bone health with this. Bone health with an oil. I have never heard of bone health with an oil, but they even talk about that. This is some of the research that I'm very excited about. And those that have known me for years, I mean, even my wife, we've been married for over 17 years, she has never seen me as thin as I am today. And part of that is due to this amazing muscadine oil, because I've been a big consumer of it. I go through at least a bottle a week, probably a little bit more than that right now, because it's just a great way if you want to add extra fat into your meal. You know, you get a meal that is kind of low carbohydrate, but it's not high fat. It's like protein, right? And I want to increase the fat amounts. This is one of the things I can do.
Can you hear me?
I can hear.
Your voice went out. Your voice went dull for at least the last 45 seconds. So if you can share about your wife, and from that point forward, probably.
Okay. Well, I was saying you can't really tell because I'm just on a headshot right now. But in the 17 years we've been married, the 9 years my wife has known me, I have never been the size that I am now. And one of the contributors to that is this amazing oil, because you can use it if you ever have somebody that's struggling to get into ketosis. This is one of the things that can help. And the great thing, they're doing a study right now on women that are going through menopause and weight loss. And they're not even doing.
Hold on 1 second again. You just went choppy again. Are you done with your PowerPoint? If you're done with your PowerPoint,
yeah, let
me take it down. I think your voice might get better when the PowerPoint is.
Should I take the power? All right.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, well, let's see if that's any better.
Right now it is, yes.
Okay, good. One of the things that I'm so excited about is that if you have people that are trying to lose weight, or they say, when I eat food, I don't want to gain weight from the food, that's actually what they're talking about with this amazing oil. And I just did mention that I am probably, well, I'm definitely thinner now than I have been in the last 19 years. And it's a big deal for me. And I love the extra energy. I love helping people get into ketosis. I love that this fits in with all of the new products that they were doing for keto, and it fits in with the Muscadine. You know, I think we ought to maybe do a brand Muscadine Keto, because it's a different animal here. And when you look at all of the other benefits from it, it's not just weight loss. It's really brain support and blood sugar support, and as they talked about, liver support. And to me, when I saw the research on the weight loss, I was one that wanted to say, does it work for me? Because I've seen a lot of products where there's great research that works for some people. And if we can get something that works for more people, the more people that it works for, the better, right? And that's why I have, over the last few months, really kind of dived into this on this muscadine oil. And I do consume a lot of it. And Bill knows that, and Todd knows that, because I'm always like, you know, that bottle you gave me that was supposed to last for a month, it's a week, I'm out of it. I'm ready for some more. And I really like the results that we're seeing with it. And now I'm very excited to see some of the other benefits. I just found out about the hair loss support just last night, and I stepped out to find research on that. And sure enough, there was research study, but there is just some amazing things that I'm excited. We're going to learn more about and get even more testimonials coming on this product. Okay, that's all I've got. Back to you, Bill.
All right, thank you so much. We're going to get you on other calls and Zooms because you were a little bit choppy here and there. They got the message, and you think they can't tell just because you're on a Facebook. But when you look back at the comments, you're getting a lot of people saying that you look great, you look amazing from your skin, and obviously they can see the fat loss too. So again, guys, a product that we're super excited about. We got one more product announcement we're going to make, but again, we are super excited about the MGE product. We're super excited about this infinity oil with the infinite uses. Blake and Brock just touched on some of it. They just touched on some of the research. Obviously, we'll share more and more as we go. But this infinity oil right here, I'm telling you, everyone, whether you're on Bulavita or not, you're going to want this as, you know, as a fat blocker and all the health benefits. And everyone wants to look younger like Blake. And you missed it, you know, while Blake was talking about while Blake was talking about hair loss. I think Todd opened up the bottle and poured the whole thing on top of his head and rubbed it in. So I'm telling you, we're going to see all kinds of amazing results. If you were looking for some amazing product announcements, I hope you agree with me that you've already gotten two, and we still got one more. I don't even know if we, Todd, I don't even know if we have to make the next announcement. There's so much with this Infinity and with this MGE product, but we're going to give you one more product announcement today. So again, I hope you guys are really excited about this. Our next product that we're going to talk about, it's got a name that you're all very familiar with, but you're going to hear the different uses, and you're going to hear why we're so excited about this. Todd definitely is super excited about this. He's been working on this formula for a while. Tastes great, and it's something, again, I know I'm going to be using both versions of what we've had in the new enhanced. I'm going to be using both. I think a lot of you will be doing the same thing, but I know when you hear about this next product, a lot of you are going to be super, super excited because you're going to add this to your tool belt when it comes to everything related to health benefits. So the next product that we want to announce to all of you, if Mike can bring it up on the screen, is our new enhanced Sport and Go product. It's called Sport and Go Kick. And I'm going to turn this Zoom over to Mr. Todd Smith.
Can you hear me, Bill?
Perfect.
Okay, great. Yes, we're very excited about this product, and we're excited about which will probably be just referenced as Kick, right? And what a cool thing to call your product. But some of you have been big fans of the Keto Fizz in the past. And the Keto Fizz product has been a popular one. It's one that I personally have really enjoyed. But we've had some people say, you know, I don't quite use the whole stick at one time. I'm using half and twisting it and trying to save it. Is there any way that we could customize to where we can put in as much as we want? We've also had people say, yeah, I put it in there, I shook it, and when I opened it, it ended up all over me. So So we've done some adjustment to that product, and we also know that there were some improvements we could make to it. There was more of a cutting edge version of the BHB salts that is available. It's more readily absorbable, works faster, and helps us kickstart our ketosis program and getting into ketosis much faster. So we wanted to enhance and improve that. Also moving to a number of antioxidant berries and phytonutrient greens, and adding our muscadine extract to it. So this product is the Keto Fizz product, new, improved, enhanced, and put into a tub, and it's flavored muscaberry. Okay, so it's got the muscadine in it, and when you taste this, you're absolutely going to fall in love with it. It is a very fresh muscberry fruit flavor. It has all the benefits of the many berries and fruits and greens that are in it. Also, it has in it the muscadine skins and seeds. And you're just gonna love this product for mental energy, physical energy, stamina. If I were personally choosing, if I were going to do my Bulavita workout, I would drink this before the workout, and I would drink our Sport and Go, which you're going to see the new name for that. I would be drinking that during and after. But everybody will come up with their own. These actually taste very good together. And this is actually the drink that I was adding my extract to. So if you're saying, my goodness, how am I going to take this extract? One of the easiest ways to mask the flavor of the extract, which is pretty potent, is to put it in your Sport and Go Kick. It mixes extremely well with that muscaberry flavor, and I think you're all just going to love it. So excited to announce this. I've been drinking it for some time. I've fallen in love with it. It's part of my regular protocol. And Bill, I think we've sent out a number of samples to some folks that can share their experience as well.
Yes, we definitely have. I don't think they're on this Zoom as of yet, but again, guys, we're excited about the Sport and Go Kick. And I also want to comment on if you look at the last line of the slide, it's here, 30 servings for $49.95. So with the Keto Fizz before, for 12 servings, it was $60. You guys can do the math. It was like $5 a stick. So for some folks that even loved it, it might, it was maybe something that they, did every once in a while. With this new Sport and Go Kick, you're getting 30 servings now for $49.95. So the price is more than cut in half. Obviously, 15 servings would have been cut in half, but the price is more than cut in half. You're getting 30 servings. If we had doubled it, it would have been 24. So you're getting 30 servings for $49.95. And again, we're super excited because we know this is going to open the door for so many other folks to be able to take this product. On the next slide, I believe we have the comparison of the two different Sport and Go's. And you can see our original Sport and Go now is Sport and Go Drive. And the new Sport and Go that we just announced is Sport and Go Kick. Todd, is there anything you want to add to this slide?
The two products are same in category as far as energy, well-being, and all of that, but they are very, very different. And so the Sport and Go Drive is really designed to be the mineral replacement, the hydration. It has ingredients in there that help you maintain your hydration. It has the adaptogenic herbs, all the things we've always said about Sport and Go. That hasn't changed. And it's fantastic as just a daily drink, afternoon pick-me-up, all those things. The Sport and Go Kick is really targeted towards those benefits that come primarily from very, very potent BHBs. And these BHBs are going to give you that stamina while you're exercising, the ability to have mental clarity and mental energy. They're going to help kick you off the ketosis and allow you to get into ketosis quicker. And I use it a little bit as a cheat drink as well. So if I sit down and I have a meal and maybe I wasn't perfect in my macros, and my body might be tipping in blood sugar to say, oh, hey, I got carbs to burn, this will keep me in ketosis. And so, we don't promote that, but it really is a good cheat drink as well, in case the meal you had was not quite as ketogenic as you'd like. One of the things that will be a great recovery from one of those meals. You go to someone's home and you don't want to offend, and you eat what they put in front of you. Well, follow it up with a keto fuel shake and a sport and go kick, and you'll stay in ketosis right through that meal. So don't use that to too much benefit, because I don't want people to then say, oh, Todd said I can eat anything I want. But these two products, very, very excited about. I will be drinking both of them every day.
And for those of you that are watching, I think you're all watching this, but if you're watching the comments that are just flying through and all the hearts and everything else, you'll see a bunch of folks that are having their boosted events in their virtual events, but they got people over their house. And we had sent some of the new muscadberry flavored Sport and Go Kick to them, and they're all commenting on how they love the flavor, et cetera, and how excited they are about the products. I'm going to ask all of you that are sharing here to also, during our break, because we're going to give you some show specials and we're going to have a break for lunch. And during the break for lunch, if you can do some Facebook Lives and share with everyone how much you love these new products that we, all the different products we named, any of the products that you've tried, like the Sport and Go Kick, definitely make some comments. So again, amazing announcements. The MGE product, the Infinity Oil, and now the Sport and Go Kick. Guys, these are life-changing, amazing products. Your whole team's gonna want these products. All of your customers are gonna want these products. And all the new people that haven't heard about how we're taking Muscadine to the world, they're gonna wanna be on these products. I know we have another slide that Mr. Randolph wants to show, which has got the whole Muscadine line. And Todd, you might have a few words that you wanna share, but just to show you guys this whole Muscadine Boost line that we have, from all the new products we just named to the Muscadine Boost product, our flagship product. Mike, can you bring up that slide? There we go. And people are still commenting that they're tasting the kick and it's an amazing product. So make sure you're watching the comments. But right here, there's your Muscadine grape extract, your MGE. I mean, just look how great. We got to give kudos to Britt Cloud and Marin Barney, the whole marketing team. These products look fantastic. We got a 12 ounce and a 32 ounce of MGE. We got the Muscadine Boost capsules, and we got the Infinity Muscadine seed oil. I'm getting a text message from Mike Kalinsky. Okay, good. So we are ready right now, Todd. We are ready right now. I know everyone's excited about these products. People have been texting and also commenting,
Bill,
saying, I want to buy some, I want to buy some, I want to buy some.
Sorry to interrupt you. If you can pull up that screen again, that's not supposed to say the Boost capsules. That's supposed to say the Sport and Go Kick.
Okay.
At the $49.95.
Okay, so you all heard that from Todd, and we'll fix that slide and put it back up later, and it'll be on the blog. Everything you've seen today will be on the blog too. So all great stuff. But what we want to do now, for all of you that want to get on the products, we wanted to just make it that much more special and have some show specials for you. So we're going to bring up the show specials now, and Mike Kalinsky is putting it live in your shopping carts right now for you, your ambassadors, your team, and all of your customers. We have got some specials that start right now. So Todd Smith, let's go over these show specials.
All right. Well, these products were already very, very competitively priced. So the prices you've seen and heard so far are what they will be regularly ambassador priced. But we wanted to add some fun to this event, okay? And we couldn't get together in North Carolina, so we're doing the best we can. Some of you have gotten together in groups and are able to sample and try some of these products. Loving the comments on social media. Keep it going, and let everybody who hasn't been able to try these yet know that how amazing they are. As like they said, I've been rubbing it into my head this whole Zoom. But these are some specials that are only going to be available. It's like a show special, okay? So we've extended. It's going to go through the weekend and through the end of the month. So these prices are until midnight on Monday. Now, that doesn't mean you wait until midnight on Monday, because it is while supplies last. So we have a limited supply that are available right away. There'll be more, obviously, down the road. But what we don't want is for people to miss out on this and say, oh, I wanted to do it, because these will go away. These prices will go away. It's a special right now. We want to thank everybody for dealing with some of the challenges we have with COVID that have limited, the fun that we were hoping to have, but we'll do it in October. But for everybody taking time on a Saturday and being here and getting all this amazing information, we've got some specials out there, and you can see the discount. The Infinity Oil goes from $39.95 to $34.95. The Kick from $49.95 to $44.95. MGE extract, normally $115, goes to $99.95. The 32 ounce from $299 down to $249. That's a $50 savings. All of these also have special flat rate shipping, and so there's no limits on it. It's just there's a limited supply. So when it's gone, it's gone. But we wanted to have some fun with it and add a little bit of competition to this. Okay, so we've done this in some of our events, and we wanted to do it in this live event as well. We're going to give some awards and recognition, and I think the recognition is the bigger deal, because you get to call yourself the big dog, right? But we've got 3 different categories of the contest here. First one is top 5 personal sellers. So this is our top 5 people who buy from these new items. It's their personal purchases plus their customers and ambassadors on their first level. Okay, we're going to take every order and everybody's personal orders and all of those on their first level and add those together and come up with our top 5 producers. And they're going to get a 50% off coupon that they can use towards another product, and they're going to be recognized at our event in October as our top 5 Boost It event promoters and producers. Then we have our promotion. They took the slide down, but the next one is our team award, and this is going to be for our top 2 Ruby teams. And the award is not only to recognize that team, but everyone on that team gets to participate. And so everyone on that team in those top 2 Ruby teams are going to get preferred seating. They're going to get the opportunity to, I got something else on the screen here. Oh, that's when we go to order. Okay.
That's Mike Randolph trying to show you how to order. Mike, if you can just put that slide up, and then we'll talk to where they go in the shopping cart, so Todd can follow along. What Mike is showing right there.
Competition for me.
Yeah, right. What Mike is showing right there, we'll give this 10 seconds and we'll go right back to the other slide. He's showing you when you go to place your orders, press order, and you'll see a store. It says Boosted Event Store. That's where you get all the items that Todd is speaking about right now. So Mike, if you can put back up the promotion, that'd be great.
Yeah, apologies. I put up the wrong one at the wrong time. Stepped on you guys. But hey, they got to know where to go.
Yeah. Okay, Todd.
All right, there we go. Our top 3 Ruby teams, I said 2, I guess it's 3, I apologize. Our top 3 Ruby teams will get that preferred seating. They'll have it on their tags at the event in October. It'll say Boost It Boss. So everybody will know whose team they're on and the success that they had with this promotion. And everyone on that team who orders at least it's 2 items, so at least $60 in product order, is going to get a 30% product coupon. Okay, so you're going to get a product discount coupon. Now, another fun aspect is geographically. This doesn't have to do with your genealogy. It's just what state you live in. And we're going to offer a special promotion to our boss state, right? So this is where you can team up together. It doesn't matter what group you're in, what genealogy. Team up with your group and let's see which state can outproduce the others. And the top selling state, everyone who, again, places an order for at least 2 items in this cart is going to receive a 20% off product coupon as well. So have some fun with this. Use this promotion to get everyone on your team and reach out to customers and say these specials are only here for a couple of days, because they absolutely are. And then they will go back to that regular ambassador pricing. So Bill, anything to add?
No, I think it's great. I'll be honest with everyone. We're about to hit break. You guys are going to have a nice lunch break right here. Mike Randolph, I think we're done with the slides, yes?
Sorry, I
Done-
muted
no,
myself.
I'm-
Yes, that was
okay,
the
yeah.
last slide.
I just wanted to make sure we were done with the slides and I didn't skip something. I'm pretty good at that. But yeah, I can tell you, and I hope in a good way, I feel very overwhelmed when we talk about how we're going to take Muscadine to the world, and you just hear about the Infinity oil, you just hear about the MGE Muscadine grape seed extract, and when you hear about the Sport and Go Kick, these are amazing announcements. Now we're giving to them on discount, and you know, just for you all to hear from Brock and Dr. Talkett and what's put into the products that were announced today. Just amazing. And that's why other companies aren't going to have these products. So we're super excited about all the announcements today. Now we're going to take a break. Go out there, like I said, to all the people that are trying the products in your parties, do some Facebook Lives, keep everything going, keep everyone excited. Know that at 5:30 tonight, we have a business presentation, but we're taking a lunch break now. Get your show specials, take advantage of that. You know, it's not an unlimited supply, it's limited supply. So as soon as we're out, we're out. As soon as we know that our inventory is going too low, we'll stop some of these specials one at a time. So get them while they're all available to you right now. And when we come back from the break in a couple hours, I don't know, I don't have it in front of me. I think it's at 3 o'clock. But when we come back from the break, no, at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock Eastern.
2 o'clock Eastern. When we come back from the break at 2 o'clock Eastern, we're going to be back with our Bulavita coaches, Owen McKibben, Christy Kaminsky, all of our Bulavita champions. We're going to announce some more Bulavita, you know, all the different Bulavita winners that we have from fitness and fat loss and some amazing testimonials. Again, this is for the ambassadors, but if you have prospects, if you have guests, and I know you all do, because 70% of the people want to lose weight and they want to lose weight right now. And when they see celebrity trainers like Owen and Christy, when they see the fat loss, when they see the fitness, when they hear that there's no starvation, no deprivation, get your guests on, because you'll get a lot of people that'll want to join the next Bulavita Challenge. They'll want to get some of these products, some of these new products, the fat blocker with the Infinity Oil, Sport and Go Kick to kick you into ketosis. They're going to want all of these products. I mean, we just enhanced everything today with these announcements. So come back for that. After Owen and Christy and Britt and Mike go over Bulavita with all the winners, we're also going to have some business training. We're going to have our Rising Stars, which is going to be incredible. We have a Rising Star panel. And we're also going to have our founding Black Diamond Ambassador, Mr. Andre Vaughn, and that'll be it for the next afternoon session. Then we'll break. So starting now, all the way to the next break, you want to be inviting people, because we're going to have the largest Bulavita business presentation we've ever had. We're going to share a little bit about the new products that were just launched, and it's going to be an incredible presentation done by some superstar, rock star leaders in Bulavita. So again, I hope you're as excited as Todd is. I hope you're as excited as I am. I hope you're excited as Dr. Talkett. Hope you're excited as Brock Agee. I hope you're just as excited as all of us here at Bulavita with all the announcements and all the information that was shared today. Make sure you press share. Get this information in front of everybody. We're taking Muscadine to the world, and you have the opportunity to be here at the very beginning. Congratulations to all, so many of you that have already become founder. For everyone else, you still have time to become a founder of this company, because we are launching Bulavita officially in March of 2021. So you have time to become a founder in this company before that explosive growth that we spoke about. With that, we'll see you all after the break, 2 o'clock Eastern, with our Bulavita coaches, Mr. Owen McKibben and Ms. Christy Kaminsky. With that, thanks everyone. Thanks for being on this morning. See you soon. Go have lunch and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye, everybody.